Okay, so here's something I wanted to do for years. I'm just not sure that there's anybody out there who cares. But let's see. This is about music, so let me show you what I'm talking about first. That's all you need to hear. The point is, when I was in college and older, I was convinced I had absolutely no musical talent because I have absolutely no musical talent. That's why I was convinced of that. And I wonder if there are a lot of people out there, like me, who really don't have a gift musically, but love it. Even if you haven't always thought about playing it, but I think probably you need to have thought about playing. I'd love to teach people to play who have no gift. That's who I'd like to teach. If you're somebody who is gifted, say you can pick out a tune, you hear something on the radio and you pick out an instrument, play it badly, but you can pick it out, then I don't want to talk to you. You don't need anything I have to give. In fact, you will gain nothing from me. To you, I can simply say, if you have a gift musically, stop being so lazy. Go pick up an instrument, work on it, and learn to play it, because you'll play it really well, and I'd like to be like that. So why don't you do it instead of wasting my time? For the rest of us who don't have musical talent, let me give you an example of what I mean. When I was in college, actually it was when I was in graduate school, I sat down at the piano and tried to pick out Mary Had a Little Lamb. By pick out, I mean I sat at the piano and tried to get the notes right that would go for that song. I must have spent half an hour, 45 minutes on it, and never got it. And I'd have to say, was never very close. This suggests that my ear sucks. I've worked on it. There are a lot of things over the years that I've improved in musically. That one is still a struggle for me. I haven't concentrated on that skill. It's possible I could learn it. My mandolin teacher claims that he can teach it to anyone. But so far, yeah, I still can't do that. But there are a lot of other things that are involved in music. You don't actually have to be able to hear to be able to play decent. You have to be able to hear to improvise. You have to be able to hear to really move along easily in certain ways. And this is true in everything, though. If you have talent, an inborn talent, things come easier to you. That's what talent is. It doesn't mean you can't learn it. If you don't have talent, you can. You're just going to have to work harder. So finally, the point is, I would love to teach people without talent who are willing to try, who want to learn to play an instrument. I'm pretty sure I could do this because it was such hard work for me and I had to fight my way through everything against. I think I could really explain this to anybody who wanted to know. But I can't explain it to anyone who isn't going to work at it. That is, if you're going to give up, if it's hard, then it's pointless. I've tried to show that to other people too. So, if you want to learn to play, if there is such people out there, if you want to learn to play and you don't feel like you have a good sense of rhythm and you don't think you can hear tunes very well and you certainly can't sing, then I think I could do this if you're interested. I cannot be of any help to the rest of you. You all, go teach yourselves. So the point is, if you have any interest in this, if anybody sees this video who is like this and would like to do this, just let me know and I'll put up a first lesson. And then you can see if you think this is going to work for you or not. There's a lot of things we could talk about for the first lesson. And one of them has to be, one idea we'd have to talk about is, what do you play? What's the first thing you tried to play? You can try to play all sorts of difficult stuff that won't ever really work for you, probably. Or you can try really easy stuff that you can begin with. What is easy? How do you define that? And that's sort of the whole point. I think there really is an answer to that question. And we could talk about it. Well, I'd like to say one more thing. I played the piano, trying to teach myself from when I was in my last year at college all the way through graduate school. So that's like 7 years I tried to play the piano. And I was pretty religious about it. I went and played the piano for almost every night. And I would spend a long time on it. And the truth is, I never sounded good. I learned to sight read, that is, look at notes and be able to play them pretty well. I can do that pretty well. But it still never sounded like music. It was just plinkins on a piano. Some things sound a little better than others, but you could always tell And I know why. I know why. And if that happens to you, if you try to play and that happens to you, I can tell you about that too. So if there's anyone, I'd really like to do this. But not if no one cares.